I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to Money Talk. Welcome to Money Talk. Welcome to Money Talk. How are we feeling this morning? If we're having a great day this morning, just go to that participant section and hit that yes. Hit that yes button if we're having a great day this morning. Because this morning I have a great lesson to teach. Today I'm going to be talking about budgeting. Before that, just so you guys know, today every Monday through Friday, we have workshops at 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? And we also have evening workshops Monday through Friday, also at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? Now, here's the thing, guys. What's on the topic for today? This whole week we've been talking about concepts. And we've been talking about the importance of understanding financial concepts. And today, I have the pleasure of breaking down some simple concepts. Some concepts that I think is important for us to learn. Some concepts that we should have been taught. And I'm going to make them very, very easy, very, very simple, very, very clear, and straight to the point. So the first concept we're going to talk about, remember what I always talk about, you must know why, right? You must know why, and the how will come. Once you know the why, the how comes. But the problem is, a lot of us know the how, but we never learn the why. Why must we learn the 10 formula? Why must the 50, 30, 20 formula? Why? Is it because we have to learn it? No, it just helps us to know some simple things that we need for our future, for our finances. It helps us to clearly understand the importance of planning, because many of us today, we don't plan for the future. We are reacting to the future. That's the problem with us as society. We're very reactive. We react to everything. We react to everything. We don't plan for things. We react to them. And because we react to things, sometimes our reactions could be irrational. Or sometimes it could be completely emotional. So I don't want us to be this way anymore. I want us to be more preventful than reactive. You ever hear the saying that they said that prevention is better than cure? Many of us is on this call today to cure our financial disease. We're here to cure our financial illiteracy. We're here to cure our misfortune. We're here to cure these things. But what if we could have prevented them? How much better would that been? Who think if we could have prevented a lot of the things that we face financially today, who think that would have been way better to do, right? How many think prevention is better than cure, right? Because if we could prevent all of our financial disasters, life would have been so much better. But we never knew why. I'm always talking about this. Know your why. What's your why? What's your why? If you know your why, the how will come. You just got to know why first. So, why must you understand this concept called the 10-20 formula? It's because it helps you to know what you need. It helps you to know what you need if you never learn. Imagine this. You know the 10-20 formula, what it does? This is how simple it is. If you never learned your FIN number, or you never learned your dime method, then at least if you have learned the 10-20 formula, It would have give you an idea of what you need. It would have helped you to know what you need, not only for life insurance, but also for what you would need for retirement. Everything is about knowing why. Do you know why the 10-20 formula is important? The 10 in that 10-20 formula represents 10 times your annual income. You need to have 10 times your annual income in protection need for your family. Why? It's because if you have 10 times your income in insurance coverage, if something happens to you, your 10 times your income will be here and it will pay for things as if that you weren't here. 10 times your income. So if you make $50,000 a year, 10 times 50,000 a year is 500,000. That's the amount of coverage you would have need to have in place. That's how much you would need. If you never learned your dime method, bare minimum, if you never learned the dime method, at least you know bare minimum, you must have 10 times your annual income in protection. Bare minimum. But what does the 20 mean? The 20 represents the amount of income you will need in order to have a comfortable retirement. So that means you will need 20 times that 50,000 that you make annually saved up. Let's say that you retire at 65. The average person retire at the age of 65, right? Age of 65. But did you know that the average life expectancy for someone is up to age 85? That's where the 20 came from. Because they're saying that if you retire at 65, you will averagely live up to the life expectancy of someone of 85 years old. So bare minimum, you should have 20 times your annual income saved up by the time you retire. So if you make 50,000 a year times 20, that's $1 million. Do you have $1 million saved up? Do you have $1 million? Are you on track to have $1 million by the time you even retire? And if you're not retiring at 65, then the need gonna be much bigger than you planned for. How on track are you? See, you never knew why you're saving for your retirement. People just tell you, oh yeah, enroll in your 401k. Oh yeah, I got a pension. Oh yeah, I got a social security. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But do you know how much you need for your retirement? So if you never learned your FIN number, if you didn't know what is your final income number, bare minimum, are you on track to have 20 times your annual income by time you retire? And you know the need going to be much bigger than we normally thought. So that's why when you know why, the 10-20 formula is to know why. This is the why. Why do I need to save, Keyon? Why must I think about insurance? Why must I think about retirement? Why? It's because you know what you need. But what if you now know why? How's the how? What's the how, Keyon? The how is, how can we educate you to know how to live on a budget? This is the how. The how is learning how to live on a budget. How can we teach you to live on a budget and learn a simple formula called the 50-30-20 formula? Simple budgeting formula. You must know two things for this budget formula to work. Two things you must know. You must know your monthly net pay and your monthly bills amount. Once you know these two things, guys, you can learn how to run your budget every day. Every time you get paid, you should do the 50-20-30 formula. Every time someone gives you money, you must do the 50-20-30 formula. Every time you start making money as an entrepreneur, every income, 50-20-30 formula. I don't care if it's $10, $20, $30. I will do the 50-20-30 formula anytime any money comes my way. So let me give you an example. What if you had a traditional job? What if you have a traditional job and your traditional job give you a net pay of $3,000. Net pay is after your taxes. So now you're making $3,000 as a net pay. You have a monthly bills amount of $2,400, $2,400 a month. How does the formula work? Well, draw 4 boxes. This is how easy budgeting has gotten now. You're just drawing 4 boxes. And the first box at the top left is called the rules box. You must know the rules for this formula. The rule says 50% of your income go towards the bills. 20% of your income go towards savings. And 30% is the average amount that someone will put towards their spending. Average. So then you also got to know what is the formula. The formula says net pay times whatever the percentages equal the money for either the bills, the savings, or the spending. So what do you think the top right box is? First thing you got to figure out is the bills box. How much of my net pay can go towards the bills? So if you take your net pay times it by 0.50, that equals bills money. So in this example, your net pay is $3,000 times it by 0.50. That equals $1,500 towards the bills money. Right there, you realize that you don't have enough. This person right here don't have enough, and so don't you. Because 95% of Americans today cannot pay their bills on 50% of their income. So that doesn't surprise me if you can't. That doesn't surprise me. You should not feel ashamed. At least now you know. But what's the next box on the bottom left? It's your savings box. And on your savings box, all you got to do is take your net pay times it by 0.20. That equals savings money. So in this example, this person makes $3,000 net pay. 3,000 times 0.20, that equals $600. This person could save $600 a month. But what's on the bottom right? The spending box. So now this person, you're going to take net pay times it by 0.30. That equals spending money. So if the example show that this person net pays $3,000 times that by 0.30, that equals $900. Now, my friends, you have all the money on the table. You know how much should go towards the bills. You know how much is there for the spending. You know how much is there for the savings. Now you know. So what you got to do is now become a very, very responsible adult. You got to look at the obvious things. What should I do? So this moment, this adult have a choice. Do I continue spending that $900 a month? Or do I take it from the savings? So the choice always come back on you. What should you do? If you think this person should take the money from their savings box, hit no. But if you think the person should take the money from the spending box to add it towards the bills, hit yes. Right? If you think they should take it from the spending box, hit yes. Because that's where they should take the money from. See, most of us are in a position where we cannot spend because we have high bills. Because if you realize that 90% of the time I sit down with my clients, 90% of the time that I sit down with my clients, when they have their budgeting looked in front of them, they realize that they spend more than they make. They spend more than they make, or they acquire more bills than they need to. Because if you add that $900 to that $1,500, that's the $2,400 that this person would need to pay their bills. Now, do most people fall underneath this category? Absolutely. Now, is this budgeting formula telling you that you can't spend? No, not at all. But can you live on a budget? Can you live within your means? This person budget that they could have as a spending money is only $150. How did I come up with that number? Let me break it down. If 20% of this person's money is $600, at least bare minimum, I'm going to have them save 10%. 10%, when you split that 20 in half, which means I split that $600 in half, that gives me 300. So 300 will go towards their retirement. Now they have 300 left over. Then I'm going to split that 300, which means it's 10%. I'm splitting it in half, breaking it down to 5%. 5% will go towards the emergency fund. That's 150. And then they have another 150 for spending. Now they know every month their budget is 150. I cannot spend over 150 every month. That is my monthly budget. Now they're going to have to learn how to live on a $150 spending budget. See, many of us today still don't even understand how much is your monthly spending budget. Is it 5%? If your spending budget is over 5%, then I hate to tell you that you're spending way much more money than a monthly basis than you should. What is your monthly spending budget? Can you live on a budget? Because if you don't live on a budget, then it comes back to this. Will you have enough for what you need? Do you know what you need? And will you have enough when it comes time for retirement and putting insurance in place for you and your family? Most of the time, people tell me that they can't save a certain amount of money. And then I look at their spending. They spend more than they think they can save. Are you one of those people? You got to do some self. That's why I love the 50-20-30 formula. This formula, it hits you right in the face because it tells you straight to your face who you are. Are you a spender or are you a saver? And if you're a spender and you think the spending box is important to you, then that also tells me what your future will be. But if you are a saver, you can save your future. And if you're a spender, you spend away your future. So I hope you guys get a lot of clarity from this morning about why these two formulas are so important. That's the reason why, guys, we're always asking you, are you open to learning more? This is not some catchphrase. It's a real question. Are you open to learning more? Do you want to learn the 4 steps to financial freedom? Keep coming. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Imagine if you come to all of these. Think about what you're going to learn. The repetition. Repetition is what is needed. Keep coming. Keep listening. Learn. Stay plugged in. So that way you could be in a position to empower yourself and others. So with that said, if you would like to share or give any feedback from today, I would love to hear from you. I truly would love to hear from you guys. If you have anything you'd love to share, just press that yes button or raise your hands. Because these formulas and these concepts can really make your life so much easier, simple, clear. It makes things so much faster and doable. But at this point, do anybody have any questions, comments, or feedbacks that they'd like to share on today's topic? Or have you been using 50-20-30 formula? How's it working for you and your family? So I want the call be open to anybody who would like to share. I see Tiffany. I'll take 2 shares today real quick, like 2 shares. So next person after Tiffany, press if you'd like to share. Tiffany, you're live. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. I was a little late on, but I feel like I caught the best part. The 50/20/30 formula. Love this formula. It's been super beneficial to my family. I think the key is just doing it every pay period, and it really shows you, like you said, how much you how much you can save, how much you should be saving, how much you're spending, or how much you should be spending, and how much you should have toward your bills. What I enjoy about this formula most is teaching it to other people, and when they realize, because I feel like people guess, I used to guess. Now that I have the formula, I don't guess anymore. Like, oh, I think I can do $200 a month, and then when they find out, like, oh, okay, I can actually do 500, or and then just really breaking it down on how much to set aside for my retirement and my emergency fund. It's definitely been a blessing to my family because before the formula, didn't know or didn't think that we could save anything right now unless like all the kids go to school without having to pay for daycare, like unless you eliminate a bill. But to realize that, just running the formula, I don't necessarily need to eliminate a bill from the jump just to be able to save. So I really appreciate that. So thank you for sharing and breaking it down for us today.
Absolutely, you're very welcome, Jeff. Yeah, it's important that we learn how to live on a budget. It's very, very important for us to live on a budget. A budget is so important, and you got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined. Like, I'm very disciplined. You know, I'm not perfect, but I'm very conscientious about my spending. Like, if I see myself jumping like on a pattern where I feel like I spend over $100 in 1 week, I'm like, oh hell no. I'm done spending for the next 2, 3 weeks. Like, I don't even like letting go of that money, even if it's something that I need, or something that I want. I'm very conscious. Like, I mean, literally, like, I'm so tight with money that it's because I know the importance of not letting it go and instead go put it to work, because I know that based on my fin number, I need to save a lot more. I'm behind the ball game. I don't want to reach 50 and don't have enough. I live for today, but I plan for the future, and the future scares me to know if I would have enough. So every little that I could save and put it away, I do it. I don't care if I could not spend all my budgeted money. I put that towards my saving, whatever is left over at the end of the month. I put it towards my savings, right? It's not next month, oh, I got more money to spend. No, I have more money to save. So if I spend less and save more, it makes life so much better. So much better, because I know the future is going to be much brighter. And that's what we got to plan for. Live for today, plan for the future. Live for today, but live today on a budget and plan for the future because of the budget. Right? So, I don't know if anybody else, before we close it out, anybody else? I'll take one more. If not, we'll just close it out. All right. So, thank you, everybody. Once again, I hope this give you guys a lot of good information. If you ever want to have a money talk, everybody, we're always more than welcome to reach out and let's have a money talk, right? And let's get you up and running. So, all right, guys. So on the count of three, it's all on mute, and let's get the day started. Happy Thursday. And tomorrow we'll have a conversation about how to put together your financial plan and also what is the goal. All right, what's the goal with the plan when it comes to your finances? All right, so on the count of three, let's all whoosh out. 1, 2, 3. Let's whoosh, guys. Whoosh.
Push.
World
World
team.
team. One
One
team.
team.
One
One
dream. One
One
system,
system,
one
one
God.
God.
Woo!
Have a great day, everyone.
Good day,
Right.
everybody.
Great
Have a
day.
blessed day, guys.